patches.
All right, good morning. We are so this is my new co-host. The hell with Steve. He can't even show up 2 weeks in a row. What the hell? He said something about going on vacation. Do we allow that?
You get the hand.
I don't
Well, there's an ad playing on the start of the YouTube, so nobody's hearing what you're saying yet.
know. They'll eventually catch up. That's why I never look at the YouTube part because it's so confusing that your mouth is moving to something else. That's why if I'm on somebody else's, I'll just pop the chat out and look at the StreamYard. Um, so
Lidocaine.
so Phil, what are you talking about? OTC lidocaine patches. Hey, Tamara. Good morning. Um, my phone said I'm live on the internet. Isn't that awesome? My phone is so smart. Yeah, like so I have YouTube Premium as well because I don't like watching ads. And the one thing we used to have a Spotify account too, but you know I put everybody back on the free Spotify and save that. I started listening to YouTube Music. Just doesn't seem to be any different. I mean, it's not as nice as Spotify has a better interface and easier to make your own list and stuff. But yeah, I don't need all that. I just listen to YouTube Music for free. If you don't, uh, if you don't go and look and see what little things you've signed up for over the years, especially as a reseller, and the more you do Amazon, it's amazing how many things seem like great ideas, and you end up with just by the time certain things you can't live without. Most people need an
Cha-ching.
inventory system, an inventory lab, or I use Exceller list because it's much cheaper. You know, and then most people need a repricer. If you need a repricer, there's your link. Uh, I'll switch the banner, and then after that, some of the stuff just becomes a lot of people Keepa is one I use a lot, and after that you need to really start paying attention. Um, due to the phone being crazy, I do have Scout IQ that I scan with all the time. And if you use Scout IQ, they have changed owners. The company was sold, and before you use it under the new ownership in the last week or two, you've got to log into their website or and put a new get yourself a new password.
Lag. He was still paying on the Biden campaign and didn't know it.
Your name might be under lag if y'all have seen some of the stuff they have found that they're using people's names and um, OMG group, the new one that's oh boy from Project Veritas.
Mm.
They are putting a lots of they showed up at people's house and they're like, "Did you donate 130 times to something blue, the Democratic fundraising?" No. So yeah, there's that. So take a look at your subscriptions and the prices. Really can save you some money on things that it's real easy to stop using something and not pay attention that it's 15, 18, even if it's $10 a month. That's 120 a year of money that you've got to sell
Yep.
$120 worth of merchandise profit to cover it. Just think about it that way. It'll really motivate you to understand where every dime is going.
Yep. I need to get off HBO Max. It's $17 a month.
Do you have AT&T for
Uh,
sure?
yes.
I, I think with their unlimited, they give you that for free.
Well, then why am I paying for it? I don't know.
Joni watches something on HBO. Somebody in the chat tell us. I think uh, uh, I'll ask the Googles.
I'll look it up. Yeah, I don't hardly ever sign up for anything extra.
Um,
Well, I have
stream
H.
stream HBO Max with some AT&T unlimited plan. So you find out you're paying $17 a month for. I think it's most unlimited plans you get it free. So there you have it. It's stuff like that. It's very important to man. Stuff is yeah, Amy Lee, you're 100% correct. Paramount Plus is if you have Walmart Plus, which I do have Walmart Plus, and because Joni doesn't like going into Walmart to be with the unwashed people, the masses and throngs of people, and she doesn't want to check her. And now that she has to do her own checking out, you can forget her going inside. So she uses the pickup service or mostly the delivery service. And but the one of the things you get is a if you use their gas stations, Murphy USA, and punch in your code or use the phone to the car connected, you get a minimum of 5 cents off a gallon. So around here, their gas is generally the cheapest anywhere, or pretty damn close. And then you take 5 cents off. I mean, just you're paying for Walmart Plus anyway. My goal is to, as I use gas, is to see how much of the whatever the yearly cost is for Walmart Plus can I get back in gas discounts. And it's easy to use. You either scan the QR code that comes up on the screen, or you punch in the 5 or 6 digit number. If you got a credit card attached, when you scan that QR code, it'll say, "Do you want to use this card?" You're at pump whatever, and it starts, and it's easy to use.
Yep.
Amy Lee, I actually have Upside. I've used it once. Our major gas stations right here don't take it.
We get bonus points at our grocery, so I use that for gas.
Yeah, take advantage of Kroger. So I haven't seen Harlan in the chat this morning, but Harlan's parents live right down the street from a Kroger, and they use Kroger a lot as their grocery store. And his dad will call up and say, "Hey, I'm about to go buy gas. Do you need gas? It's going to be 50, 60 cents, 70 cents, cheaper, but you can use it on 35 gallons." So they'll fill up their car, and then Harlan will use the rest, put in his truck. So it saves a lot of money with gas.
Yeah, I get $1 off once a month, 30-gallon max. So
Yeah, John, I've got enough distractions. I don't need to watch TV, but the only TV I watch is I'll watch YouTube videos on the TV because the smart TV with the YouTube app. And
yeah,
some of y'all don't.
I've been watching Picard on Paramount. It's it's pretty good. I'm kind of a Trekkie fan anyway, so
So the last one I watched all of uh, Next Generation. So I guess I would probably like that as well. I like Picard. Hey, Chris. Good morning, man. But the one thing I can tell you is some of y'all don't need to be in high definition on my 50-inch TV. That's all I got to say. If I saw myself on that TV, I would probably scare me.
me too.
I've seen your hand enough on a TV. This screen here is a 50-inch, but it's only a 1080. It's not a 4K. So one of the things I preach to every week, or not every week, but a lot, is you don't need a lot of money to do this. You don't need a lot of money to get started. Get by with what you have. You can upgrade your business at yard sales. So this week, I don't have a van key. First time I ever found a Bluetooth scanner, the little SIM code that's got the little two blue buttons on it. Steve's got one. I saw it on a table, and as a guy who had all these Amazon returns, and I'm like, how much is this little thing? He goes, man, give me $2. So for $2, I got a spare barcode scanner, Bluetooth barcode scanner. Yesterday at the thrift store, it was 25% off for us old farts. They had it's been sitting there a week because it was there last week or last time I was there. Maybe it was Saturday. Um, a a brother scanner. I mean, not scanner, but a brother laser printer. $10. It would have been $7.50 yesterday. It's hard to beat a brother laser printer.
Yeah, I got a brother DCP. It's good stuff.
Yeah, Felix, everybody's not rich like you. We just can't be throwing stuff out. We have to go. They throw it in their driveway. We go look at it.
There it is.
Oh, the hunt. There's nothing. It's strange. So that's what the topic of the show. It's what's your best reselling skills? So in the chat, what do you think? He said it's not for him. He's picking them up. So what's in the chat? Put what do you think's the thing in your business? What's the thing you do the best? So it's gonna be different. It should be different for everybody. You know, some people are really good at some things and some and others. You're just telling us there's no such thing there.
Um,
So John Jones says procrastinate. At least he's honest. I don't know how to tell you how to use that skill to your advantage. Um, where's my notes?
I'm with
Um,
John.
yeah, the one thing I'll tell you and why talking and telling stories in PR, that's why I'm not in PR. I don't like. I'll talk to the camera, but I don't in person. I'm not so much. Um, so, like I said, either sourcing or messing with time. You're a professional at both of them, I think. So why do I ask? Why do I get you to think about this stuff? Um, in Most of us are single operator businesses. Some of us are Jacob's biggest skill is he's got prop shipping. um, it's That's what how do you advance your business? How do you reach your goals? The thing that you're good at, the thing you've got to figure out how to do more of that and less of all the rest of the stuff that you don't like. There's a reason I don't do accounting. There's a reason why I'm after the show I'm gonna sit down with a spreadsheet, scare Jared half to death, and send it back to him within a couple days. I hate the accounting. It feels like a waste of time when I could be uh, doing things that directly make money in the business. I'm not saying accounting's not important. If you don't take care of your accounting, it'll catch up with you, and you'll be working for somebody or doing something else. Um, Most people say sourcing in this business, that's what got everybody started in it, and that's where, to me, that's where if you're not building a business like John did, and you're just looking to do, more like what I do, I support the family. I'm more about the lifestyle than I. I'm not necessarily concerned about building something to take care of a bunch of family members. Um, so if it's sourcing, how do you do more of it? How do you, there's things you got to learn to delegate, and you remember in delegation, you delegate the act, but not the responsibility. You can't delegate responsibility because you're ultimately going to be responsible. Ask the boss at Bud Light how responsible the VP over that other woman was. They're both put on indefinite leaves. You, you know, sales were down 25%. somebody's head's going to roll, and it ain't just the person who made the decision. It's generally their boss too. Um,
I saw a short video on a guy who picked up some Bud Light and he said, "Well, I'm still buying it. It's not affecting me at all." And then he set his case down on the floor and it showed the thong that he was wearing and when his pants got pulled down a little bit. Uh, so the other guy that was with him put his Bud Light back.
yeah, there. It's a huge story now, and it's continuing just to build and build. Costco
Yeah,
has cut the price almost in half. A suitcase of Bud Light is like $14 at Costco right now. Trying to, there's several music festivals that I've told them we're not taking any Anheuser Busch products whatsoever. At the current rate of this boycott, by the end of the year, Bud Light will no longer be the number one beer. It'll be Modelo Especial.
yeah. I saw this morning on business news that no, Molson Coors, I guess it's one company, Molson Coors is up 82%. 82%. And it's mostly due to the debacle that Anheuser-Busch did.
Yes, Harlan, you can wear your trophy thongs. As you come home from your night out with carrying your trophies, you're allowed to wear them all you want to.
That's
Hang
right,
them up on your
scam.
mantle, do whatever you want to with them. So, Mark, there's a reason for that. My Amazon items have been selling faster on eBay, even with a similar price. It's certain items people look for on different platforms. It's hard to explain. Like if I'm looking for an item that I know is for some reason, even though I sell a lot of used items on Amazon, if I look for an item that is uh, been gently taken care of, I search eBay first. It's just in my thought. Even though I sell a lot of used, I showed this on Todd's show yesterday. It sold. I listed it yesterday. It sold yesterday. Used on Amazon. I've already shipped the other one. I had a Roku stream bar. I picked it up Saturday. I paid $20 for it. I sold it for 89. I listed it yesterday while we were talking about it on his show, and I sold it right after the show ended. It took like an hour. So used stuff sells very well, but there's a lot of people like me who think I buy used on Amazon first. So it's Amazon. Everybody says it because it's the truth, Mark. There are way more customers on Amazon. I mean, it is significantly different. It doesn't mean that you've also got to realize eBay has been coming through some issues they've been having with servers, um, and they are seems like they're getting us fixed because a lot of people are saying sales are coming back. I think last Thursday people say it's like somebody flipped the switch on. Sales came back to eBay right regular. I sold quite a few things this weekend. Um, but it's amazing if you cross list them, uh, that which how they sell faster. Most of the time it's Amazon, but uh, don't discount eBay. You can't. It's still a viable platform. Amazon has their issues too. Right now they're going through the re-verification process of every account. Somebody was talking about they read somewhere that it was a legal requirement now that they had to do that. Know who their these account verifications. There's so many people who have gotten the little thing up there saying account verification, and there's no button to submit. Amazon makes just as many mistakes. Uh, Harlan, I bet you're right. I bet it is 101. But that doesn't mean you don't sell on eBay. Uh, Joanna says yard sale weekend is this weekend. It wasn't last weekend and the weekend before and the weekend before that. What?
Man, I've been slaying the yard sales.
It is nice that yard sales are back. We had a
That's why
another
my
nice.
sales are up. Yard sales have been great.
No, 100%.
I mean, if you go to the jewelry table and flip over a piece of jewelry and there's the James Avery logo, yeah, I'll buy that for $5. Thank you. Yeah, I'll buy your baseball bat for $2 and sell it for 130. I love
Yes,
yard
Mark.
sales.
Yes, Mark. I have a lot of business. It's required to sell on Amazon. Um, what's her name? She's out in the middle of the country.
Yeah, Joanna at our citywide, I go out and buy on Friday and then I run my sale on Saturday. So this year I spent $200 buying on Friday, and then on Saturday I sold $800 worth of stuff.
Where's Scott Condon when you need him? Uh, why do I have such a problem with names? Harlan, it's Ashlyn Haddon. You can find her on her website. She generally she's an independent agent, but I think the Hartford is the big one that does it. Mine's $80 a month. It's a Laura re-verified already. Had to submit photo ID 4 times. Nice. Uh, yeah, it's so I would definitely check her out. Striker 20's got her uh all right, Mark. So here's the problem you got. Say you say pricey. How pricey is it when someone one of those batteries explodes at somebody's house and you lose everything you own because of it? Sometimes insurance is worth it. You just tell me that you applied for it and they wouldn't give it to you, and I give you an answer or somebody and you tell me it's pricey. It. I should charge admission of this joint. It's hard to please. It's hard to please everybody. You come up, you give them an answer, you find them a solution, and they go too much. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But if you focus on your skills, so I made a list of stuff. Your efficiency will get better. It's amazing that when you focus on doing the part of your business that you like and you're good at, and most of the time that is a something that makes money. The making money part of it, I will tell you that you make money on the buy. If the buy is not right in reselling, uh, you can sometimes get over a bad buy. It's very difficult to get your money back at break even, but good buys are always, and not like good buys at the end of the show, but a good buy um, is an important skill. Is to know to, and also to go along with that, a good buy. How do you know where to sell it? So that stream bar that I sold yesterday, Roku stream bar, in its box with its manual, everything. It was great. It looked very nice. I could have sold it on eBay for $57, or I could put it on Amazon. And within an hour, I got 88, 89, or something like that. Um, Knowing where to sell it. So at $20, knowing it's a I think it weighed 6 pounds, so it was going to be chances are it was going to be a more expensive item to ship. And so if you look at it at $20, I'm only going to make 50 something, and your choice in maybe 15 to ship it at most. Okay, so now I'm at 35. You know, eBay takes 5, promoted listings maybe 7. So now I'm at 42, 43. It's $20 to make less than $20 worth it on eBay. That's that buy becomes a little bit riskier. What happens if the price comes down a couple dollars? Then you're struggling. But that same $20 for an $89 item on Amazon is a no brainer. So understanding where to sell an item also makes the buy better. Uh, Tom, we're not talking to you. We sent you a link. You're probably slipping again. It's terrible. So it ended up costing me $7.80 to ship. It went to Indiana, which is, if you're geographically challenged, Indiana is only a couple states straight up. So that's, I love it when I see anything Indiana in this area. You don't think about Indiana being close to the south, but it's very close to Alabama. Uh, it is costly. But the one thing I didn't see in there is uh, is building rent, building leases. I didn't see power bills. You think that's expensive? Go rent out a commercial space and put commercial insurance on it and put commercial internet in it, because everyone, I don't know if anybody's priced commercial internet versus regular internet, but it's much more expensive. They're gonna make you sign a 3-year contract uh, that they won't let you out of. Um, I had a brother-in-law who had a stroke, and uh, Verizon, I'm sorry, it was Comcast, uh, still made him pay out the last year of that contract, even though the business, he was not physically able to do it for a medical condition, out of
Oh,
his control.
that
Crazy.
sucks.
Uh, they're going to charge you more for all that stuff. Just be think. Look at You can look at what side of the coin are you looking at? You looking at the half empty or the half full? Train yourself in this business. It's a lot of it is mindset. A lot of it is, how do you keep going? How do you motivate yourself and do all these things and continue to day after day push through, because you're working more than you would at a regular job if you're doing this. I promise you. Uh, you got to see the glass is half full. Half empty makes it hard to do anything every day. I promise you. Oh yeah, cut QuickBooks again. Account is more expensive, but damn. Mark, I work out of a garage too. I use my same internet that I have in the house. But if you are at a commercial space, like say you're renting a commercial building, they're going to require you. They won't put in residential internet into a commercial space. So that's so if you're doing what you like and doing that, you're going to have higher income potential for sure. Because the one thing I tell you is, the more you buy, the more you do, especially if your sourcing is what you say is what you're best at. It's amazing how much better you get at something the more you focus on doing what you like. Uh, I'm a I was pretty decent when I started this business, and I'm a way better sourcer now, because I've got not only have I done a lot more since 2013, but I have more places to sell it, so I source a lot more items. The variety for which I source is um,
Yeah, the work really doesn't feel like work if you're enjoying it.
no,
Not that I work hard at it, but
except when you're looking for stupid Amazon items that I've got bunches of them in bucket and looking through. That was not a lot of fun yesterday, but I got it. Uh, QuickBooks just discontinued their payroll program. I did not know that. So Vintage Memory says eBay updates yesterday. Sellers using eBay labels will save even more on priority for up to 6 pound zones 1 to 4. Uh, yeah, that's not just eBay. That's online commercial rate discount, because Pirate Ship announced that sometime last week. I saw it and cleared it off my screen. That the one thing I tell you is if it's 6 pounds, chances are it's going UPS. UPS. I mean, they can reduce their rates all they want to. They can't compete with UPS. Retail
Yeah,
arbitrage.
yeah. I've done pirate ship several packages more than I usually do
Me
because
too.
they
Everyone.
just got cheaper than everybody else. So my problem is the nearest UPS pickup is 16 miles away.
Yeah, John. Especially if you're using Amazon and you're using the Amazon shipping program. Um, man, I ship. I bet I ship 75% of my Amazon package to UPS. They're the position where they're you're getting the ground service for cheaper than what you could get uh, for, first class. They've always been able to beat priority, but now they're beating. It used to just be if it was going, it have to go over 5 or 6 zones for it really to be effective, unless it was over like 3 or 4 pounds. But it is freaking everything. It's absolutely amazing. And I just like the ease of pirate ship. I do not like the bulk shipping on eBay, so that's why I ship. Pirate ship, you should sponsor me. As much as I've talked about you guys, I should get a sponsorship from pirate ship. Dadgummit.
They do a
And
lot of advertising. I see them all the time on YouTube.
um, so Mark, was that FBA or was that if that wasn't if that was not FBA, I would not have I wouldn't if that's FBM, you have the choice. They would not get their shipping back. You don't buy it by mistake and then put expedited shipping on it. You're a liar, is what you are. There's nobody goes through the trouble to put expedited shipping on an item and go, oh wait a minute, I bought that by mistake. No, you didn't. You lied. And I was always a big proponent of really look at your listings about free shipping on eBay because you get a bump in search. I'm to the point now where I'm changing, and returns have gotten so ridiculous. The return rate, I've seen a lot of people talk about the return rate right now. It's so bad. Amazon is now putting on items. This is a frequently returned item. Please look over to make sure you're ordering what you need, like sizes and that kind of stuff, because returns are just absolutely ridiculous. And so the nice thing about eBay is I'm a probably charge shipping on 90% of my items, and they're just not gonna get their shipping back. I'll give you free returns, but I'm gonna take your shipping. So Felix, they have you do understand that they are it's the same thing as a low cost leader. They want people to get on the site because they figure they'll buy more than one item. How can they sell all that stuff? Because they have AWS is where they make all their money. They make a lot of money on third party sellers. Them selling items is not where they make the money. They don't make their money selling stuff. Not to mention you have the U.S. government building new infrastructure, and under the guise of we're going to build this stuff and other companies are going to be allowed to use it, and then Amazon goes, no, they're not. Yeah, that's a good point, Steve. That no, they don't pay fees. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff they do. They have they want people to look at it and see that they are the low cost. They're doing it for image. That's cheap. Word of mouth is cheap advertising for them. For
Yeah. And if Amazon's making a shipment to Saudi, they want every square inch of their cargo container full, I bet.
I wonder if the price changes based on your location for Amazon items. I can't imagine they haven't thought of that. Well, that's part of their deal, Felix. They're building out a worldwide delivery system. So whenever they are covering a good chunk of the delivery. Look at the U.S. and what they've done to the postal service with the deal that they signed with the postal service. They deliver everything but the last mile, and the last mile is the most expensive part. So they are moving it across the country. Say bringing it to Huntsville from wherever, and then they're done.
Yep.
All right, so it's according to currency. Interesting.
I wonder if that's why our postal rates keep going up.
You think?
Could be part of it. I need to
It's the
look at
price
the
of
news.
gas. We have to keep paying for more postal because the price of gas. All right.
But on your show topic, talent, I think of it more as like knowledge. Like I can go to a yard sale or an estate sale and look at a trumpet or a clarinet and tell you if it's good to sell or not because I was a band director for 30 years. So, sell what you know. Um, everybody knows something. Look for that stuff.
And everybody has areas. I mean, look at all the electronics I buy.
A lot of stuff I sell is just because I'm old and I know more about some stuff because uh, I know a bunch of the older stuff
But you're old. You used it
because I'm
back then.
old. I just, I know 1960s, uh, 1970s stuff. I played with little slot car sets when I was
Yeah. So
in the 60s.
some
So
of them, they were still around in the 70s.
a lot of people would walk by this at a garage sale. This is probably a $35 set, but most people would walk by it. It's just a beat up old toy.
I think one of my visitors is trying to get in the door.
I think I saw a thong on him when he got up.
So what?
I think I saw a thong on you when you got up. Thank you for that shot.
Yeah.
Uh,
But it's lots of stuff like I found this weekend. How many people walk up to a yard sale and see this thing for $20 and think I'll spend $20 on a toy at a yard sale?
yeah.
It's so evident. Harlan was telling me some lady some big girl made some TikTok or something and made these masks real famous. I've got them currently got them listed. There were two of them. They're listed for 120 $120 on Amazon.
I think Sally Nasser used to have one of those.
It's a lot of it is. is can you evaluate? It's much more expensive on Amazon and eBay. You can still make money on eBay. It's way more expensive on Amazon. They are hard to find new lag. They are still people are still buying them. It's got a pretty decent rank. Let's find it. Log into Amazon.
That's right, Phil.
Manage
Yeah,
inventory.
Phil remembers when Sally wore that mask, didn't he?
So
Or are you talking about Sally? Or are you talking about the other girl?
why is this? It is search suppressed because it doesn't have color, which is required. Yet I am not authorized to fix the issue.
Hmm.
That might be going on eBay. Amazon and your wonderful. Who makes that and doesn't put the damn brown color on it? That it makes no sense. That's the other thing. Amazon will allow all these Chinese people to come in and change all the damn listings to. They can hijack listings. They can steal listings. They can do whatever. But when you just need to supply a color to an item that is search suppressed and all it needs is a color, you're not allowed to change that. I've got maiden form out in the yin yang. They didn't put the size 3X on the listing. I need them. It's the same everything. They just need to put 3X available. I can't make the change. They won't change it.
Hmm.
Uh, no, Mark, because I buy shipping through Amazon as long as it says delivered on an A to Z claim they cover. So I wonder what my Chewbacca mask is worth on eBay. Chewbacca mask.
You can always ask Amazon price on. Well, dang.
I'm going to open a case and have them add brown as the color. So it looks like one sold May 2nd for 40 plus 12 shipments of $52. Here's one 45 plus 17 shipping, and the box was. That's what I love about eBay. You look at it, and it can barely stand up because the box is so banged up. Brand new, and they got even more. They got 45 plus 17 shipping. This person got on April 21st got $70 for that mask. Okay, so why does one person get $30 and one person get 70? They asked 70. How many of your Mark? There's not a dollar limit. If it's $1,000 item, I don't send it without. I think Amazon says anything over 750, they recommend, or in order to do their insurance, they require signature. But anything under 750, you don't need signature. And I think Steve Thurston Brothers, I don't know what you do. I generally do 300. That's my pain threshold is a $300 item. So I will either add insurance or I'll do something at 300. Mark, if you go above 750, I think they automatically add it on Amazon. I know eBay does. You got to remember, Amazon is different. They tell you that you need to do it in order to do an A to Z claim, but they don't force it like eBay does. Then what do you do? Yes, Tom, I can make another listing, but uh, how do you get the biggest thing about making an Amazon listing is getting found in search. It's important. Um, so before the show, I was talking to Todd just a second. It's important. If you don't listen to anything else, this is one thing that'll have a cause a lot less headaches in your reselling life. It's important that you come up with a set of rules for your business. They can't. They have to be personal to you. You should already have in your mind, and like I just told you, if it's over $300, I'll put signature on it. I'll also add insurance to it. Once an item, that's the number for me in my head where I think I've got enough skin in the game. I want to protect myself. Uh, I was I was looking at a Facebook group, the same one I'm always that I actually put in there. I actually made a comment in this group. I'm like, you guys are comedy gold. Reading your replies and your things is comedy gold. Uh, so this person puts a picture of an item and says, "This is my favorite item to sell that I've sold. It didn't make a lot of money, but I like selling it. It was $6 free shipping." They said they had a bunch of the same one or similar items that they paid, I don't know, a quarter for, 50 cents for. There's no problem. If they were all the same and it was one listing, okay, I'm all right with that. But do you really want to be? I mean, that's an Amazon thing. Amazon is where you send in a box of 100 and things and let Amazon deal with it, and you make a few dollars on every one of them. That's Amazon. That's if you're going to make individual listings on $6 items. Oh my God,
Hmm.
the amount of time. So you should have a rule in place for yourself that if it doesn't make a certain amount of money, then you don't sell it on eBay. And the rules should be different for eBay and Amazon. You know, if there's no stickers on it and there's no anything, and I'm just throwing it in a box for Amazon, you know, and I can throw it in small and light, I can make multiples of it. I will buy cheaper items. I would not buy the same items for eBay because the how much of a hassle it is to make their listing. You should you, about returns. You should have some rules in your own mind about returns. If it's something that's too heavy and it's coming back broken, a lot of times I'll just tell them, just keep the item. Here's your money back. I don't want to pay the return shipping. There should be things that you do in your business that you've got automatic rules. When you're buying items out, what is how much money do you need to make?
Yeah, I don't like selling swimming pool jets for $8 if I just had one, but I've got 80.
And you make one listing and you're done.
Yeah, selling two for $8.
So you could
So
do
I've
a.
got 40.
I mean, that would be the only one you make more different. Make them in a single, make them in a double, make them in a three. You can put them all on one listing, or just put them on. Make one listing one and give them discounts for buying more than one. And there's different ways you can do that. But 80 items that you've already made a fortune on that buy anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Martin, for the most part, ungated and DVDs get you most of them. There are a couple. There are a couple of studios that are different. I wish I could remember which ones they are, but it gets you. It gets you getting ungated and DVD gets you about 80% of DVDs. So Felix said you can sell those as sexual enhancement tools. That looks like that hurt, Felix.
Not
So
with his
Tommy,
girth.
so Tommy Boy says Sony. So Sony is one of those oddballs. It's not every Sony, because there's some Sony DVDs I can sell and some I can't. Same thing, Sony's one of the oddest for restrictions on Amazon. Older Sony, I can sell all of it, no matter. Some of the newer Sony, I can only sell used. Some of the Sony DVDs can't sell at all. I mean, it's Sony is insane. That you have to look up every Sony item to see. There was, I think I bought them at Walgreens. There was a little cube alarm clock. I don't know why I couldn't sell it. Just don't know why. Every now and then there's a headphone I can't sell on Sony. It makes no. There's no rhyme. There's no reason. It's just. So Steve said he was never gated in ungated in DVDs. Uh, I was never gated in DVDs. If that should tell you something.
So,
Hey, I'm gonna butcher your name. Hey, thanks for joining us. Um, so I actually made a TikTok about altering USPS boxes because it is people continue to say over and over, and they say wrongly, you can't alter a flat rate box. You are allowed to alter a flat rate box. Go look up the DMM, the manual for the Postal Service. Once you alter a flat rate box, you no longer get the flat rate. You just pay priority. That's it. You pay weight and distance. It's simple. And the other thing with that is a priority box must be used priority. I can't tell you how many times in those videos like I tried your method, but they wouldn't let me ship it first class. No shit. They wouldn't let you ship a priority item first class. No shit.
$9 2-pack of vacuum cleaner filters.
They're not the
Sold.
fastest seller, but they'll sell and
I've
you'll be
sold
fine.
about 20. I still have about 40.
Yeah, I actually had the TikTok was not too long ago. I bet I've still got the picture. Hold on one second. Since I rearranged my phone screen, don't ever do that. You start rearranging phone screens, it gets crazy. So I don't know
Nice
if I can
vision.
read that or not, but we'll do one here real quick. So it says if a flat rate box is presented at a office of mailing and the customer has manipulated or reconstructed it, the container is accepted using weight and zone, not the flat rate price. A customer is not required to repackage an item unless the contents are fragile and would risk of damage. So there's your answer straight off their website. I just cut it in. Uh, so you don't have to believe me. You can see it with your own lying eyes right there. I told my wife the other day that I was going to grow the long beard back out. And she argued with me, but then she decided she didn't really care. Yeah, I told her I was going to be. Did I save it again?
UPS has free boxes.
Yes, they do.
Huh.
They are so called. They're security boxes, is what they are. They're the kind that fold like 2 or 3 times. But they're really nice. They're a little heavier, but um, if I think about it, I will do my best to find. You have to call and ask for them. They're not on for them. You can't order them online. Uh, they have two sizes. They have a small and a large. I thought I got rid of that. Uh,
I like free, but
I had some for a while. I just ran out of them. They are thinner, so I think they're like 3 inches tall, like 8 by 11, and then there's one that's a little bigger than that, or somewhere in there. Uh, Yeah, I don't think there's a link lag. I think you have to actually call customer service and get them to add it to your. I think uh, John flipping ain't easy. He was talking about it at one point.
But Lisa, isn't does UPS have a media mail rate?
Their cheapest is ground.
But Lisa just said she uses UPS boxes for books. I was just wondering.
They're plain boxes, Ty. So you can use them wherever. They're plain. Just
Oh, so
they don't say UPS on them. They don't say anything. They're just brown boxes.
you can use them with USPS, huh?
Correct.
Wow. I have to order me some.
So winning a buy box is complicated. They don't give you the formula for the buy box. There's a few things that I can tell you that I have noticed through the years that most people will agree with me. Uh, Number one factor is price. Generally, the buy box is awarded based on price. Uh, I guess you finally put your makeup on and got your face ready for prime time. So price is number one. Uh, Next determiner I think is you can go a higher price if you're FBA. They will award it to an FBA before they'll do an FBM. Uh, Location, where you're at, depending on where the item is. So if I'm in Alabama and they say if the item's in there's an item in Indiana and somebody is selling one in California, I think there's a better chance of me seeing the Indiana one and someone on the West Coast seeing the California one because you'll people will be looking at the same thing going, well, I see something else in the buy box. So there's some location involved with it. The amount, the number of items you have plays important. Your seller rating also plays an important, and then just price movement. A lot of times you're rewarded based on movement of the price, changing the price, and so that's where a repricer comes in. A repricer, they move the price around, and the activity on the account seems to um, also get you the buy box much more frequently. So those are the uh, most important things. So in order to get more buy box, I recommend repricers that you can't change. If you have 100 items and you did it once a day, my repricer is going to beat the hell out of you because it does it constant. It's constant repricing versus your one time a day.
You were talking about the 3X. Wait a minute. You were talking about 3X a while ago, something. And there was a listing that didn't have the 3X on Amazon. Could you not create another listing?
I did. You know how many I've sold?
How many?
The same as you have.
Because I didn't know whether you answered that or not. Because I was up and down away from my desk, and I had I started saying my hearing aid. I had my earbuds in.
That makes a lot more sense now, Tom, that you got hearing aids.
The other thing about the mask and the brown, something about brown, the color, was that? Could you not do another listing on that?
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna try a case first. These 3X, because a lot of the other ones say now in 3X. So the 3X was not. It was made afterwards, but the packaging is all the same. It's now includes 3X. The 3X were a late ad, so that's why it wasn't there. I should probably have opened a case with that as well.
Because I didn't know whether you could actually do a new listing with 3X big girl panties.
So
whatever the brand is, whatever.
I'm under the opinion that when you're selling FBM, the location for a buy box doesn't matter as much because Amazon doesn't give a shit whether you spend more on postage or not. I think that's only in their system. If you have an FBA item, they care about location because they're on the hook for shipping. It's it's not going to cost you. They've given you they're going to charge you a certain amount. I think it's mainly FBA. They look at where they have to ship items based on what they've told you they charge you.
No lag. I've been up for a while. I've just been busy this morning.
At least you shaved today. You looked kind of rough yesterday.
I did look yesterday. Rough yesterday.
No problem. It's one of those things that is very complicated. It takes some. The one thing I can tell you, the better to get better at getting a buy box and selling more items is you just need experience. You need to watch items and see, especially if you've got quantity, 10 or 15 of an item, and really pay attention to. You can see, you can make changes with price. You can make little changes to an item and see what happens to it. That's the experience with how and then when you think you've learned it all, every category seems to operate a little different. You'll look at it and go, well, I did this in my electronics. I did this and it worked really well to get the buy box. And you're selling clothing and going, well, clothing has so many parent-child listings that some of the stuff doesn't even show up in search because on one parent-child listing, only one item shows up in search. So it's Amazon is a beast. It takes people. You watch a lot of people with videos and all these things, and they make Amazon sound so easy. Amazon is a complicated beast.
I keep expecting to see your face up on some of these irritating ads. Let me show you how to make $1 million on Amazon this week.
Yeah, I might run some ads soon, but yeah.
You know what I mean? They just make it seem to be so simple. And
I'm gonna do one like that. What was that name? Kevin David, whatever that guy's name was. Except in my garage, instead of having a Ferrari in the garage, it's gonna be Jacob's banged up Volkswagen EOS. You too could have a Volkswagen that the top won't come down, the window's busted. I'm trying to get the window to go back up, and the roof leaks.
But those ads that before any YouTube video, it just seems like it's so simple to do, and then you start just like you look into it or listening to people like you that actually do it, and you start talking about you got to dot every I and cross every T. If you don't, you're going to lose your store or the rights to sell on their site.
So 60 days is not bad, but you're at the point where Amazon starts to worry you about it. Anything over 180 days, which is 6 months, they start charging you extra fees and want to send it back to you. And the stuff that I send in the FBA, I want it to be done in 90 days. If it's not done in 90 days, I will either recall it or just wholesale it or destroy it, something.
Do you have a lot of stuff that's over there that's...
I don't have a ton of stuff. Most of the stuff I've got here. I've got more listings here than I do at Amazon.
Because, way back in the day, people were using it for warehousing. They'd have...
Oh yeah, when I started, I dropped every item. I didn't do fulfilled by merchant until like 2019. I sent everything to a warehouse because it was so cheap. It was cheaper than storage here.
Right. Well, you remember when they started the storage fees. Oh, the whining and the moaning and the crying, and because people had books over there that its rate was like $1 billion. It probably would never sell unless that one person happened comes along.
Yeah, that's a big problem with Amazon is you've got people that come in, people buy an item and they think, man, I'm gonna sell it for X dollars. I bought it so good. Nobody's ever gonna lower the price on me because they couldn't have bought it any cheaper. That's a huge mistake on Amazon. Just because you think you got a great purchase price, you can't assume that everybody paid the amount you did. So they could be selling under you significantly and still making nice money
Yeah,
because
see,
they got a better buy than you got. And
Al, that's another reason you may be getting your stuff so cheap.
yeah, not legitimate. I would guess it would be counterfeit, but there are plenty of tools out there that will give you estimated sales on an item, so you can figure out how long you're going to wait and make decisions on your stock. Because the one thing people discount the fact that, and it doesn't cost a ton, but every 30 days that your item is at FBA, your cost goes up. I don't think people understand that and really consider that. So if you've got a $5 item and it sits 180 days, at 6 months, you've got 6 months of storage fees on top of that item. So
the long game thought is before it's time to pay the storage fees, you need to get rid of it, even if you have to catch a price.
And so I do that once a month. So once a month, I will I'll go look at the inventory performance, and on there they will show you all the items that they think you got too much in stock at Amazon. And so I make a decision on these items because before they put at between 90 and 180 days, what do I want to do with them? Do I want to lower the price, create a sale, do something to move them out? Because it used to be easy. Everything used to be it used to be a quarter or something. 25 cents, they'd send every item back to you.
Yeah.
But their return fees are much higher now. And so now you're forced to make a decision because I think it's $1.30 an item. That gets pricey. If you got 30, 40, 50 items, and if you want to bring them back to resell them, not only have you now paid 5-6 months of storage, but now you're going to add a return fee on top of it. It's making it where just getting your money back out of some items could be difficult. So really at 90 days, I started evaluating items, looking at them based on what they say is overage and because they'll give you good information, how many you've sold in the last 90 days and all that interesting stuff. So you can make an educated decision. Generally it's, so the repricer, I have a clearance setting. And so generally, the items that I will put on the clearance, much more aggressive on the repricer in order to move an item.
Can they limit the price that you can set items at? Like you got a dozen pairs of 3X granny panties, and you they're not selling. You're getting ready to start paying shipping. Storage fees. I'm going to sell them for a cost plus. And when I say cost, I'm talking about, all the eBay fees, $1, which is taking it down way below everybody else because you just want it out of there. Can you do that, or will they say, "Oh, that price is too low"? You get what I'm saying?
There is, so they will do high alerts and low alerts. You get to an amount where they won't let you. They say it's too low. So.
Because I'm just wondering, like I said, if you've got stuff that it's not selling, you don't want to have to pay to ship it back. 50-cent profit's better than paying 75 cents to get it back or disposal fees or whatever. But they can tell you that price is too low.
They can, but it's very rare. It's usually a mistake that's something under So if an item's been selling for 100, you've got to be significantly under the average sales.
Right.
It's happened. I had a CD that I missed a zero, and instead of selling for 70, I put it for 7, and they flagged it pretty quick. So it's stuff like that. It's so if
Right.
you had an item that normally sells for 40 and you want to sell it for 25 to get rid of it, they'll let you do that.
Okay. Well,
But they,
that's basically what I was getting at. If you don't want to pay the handling, the shipping, the return fees, or the disposal fees, because I guess they still do the disposal fees too, right?
they do.
And which is the stuff that when you go to these Amazon warehouse pallet sale things, that's where it all goes to.
So Gutted says that there's a revision on 2020. Flat rate can only be used as flat rate. The one I'm looking at says it was done in 2018-16. It is on the UPS website. There is no notice of any updates. So I have to show them this and go, y'all are idiots. If you want to change it, you need to delete the old information. And I've never seen the one that says flat rate's only flat rate. If you've got a link, that would be great. But I have Googled this over and over, and I get the same one over and over. All right, so I found the 2020 update. On the 2020 update, it says nothing about. So the 2020 update, I can give you a link if you want it. It does. You have read it wrong, Gutted. It does not say that. It does say that flat rate can only be used as flat rate. Okay. That right there is not a flat rate box. You are not going to get USPS priority flat rate for this box right here. But if you have a box that says flat rate, it is eligible for flat rate. That's why they didn't take the alter one off, because you can alter the box and not be eligible for flat rate. But they're saying the revision states that in order to get the flat rate, it must say flat rate.
Now you can make a flat rate box smaller, but you can't make it bigger, right? That makes sense.
You can alter the shape of it, but no, physically you can't make it bigger. It's not like Rogaine.
Do that.
It's not like Rogaine. You can't put Rogaine on it and it gets bigger. You can't put.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, so save your little blue pills. You can't rub them on it, and the box gets bigger.
Y'all are such pervs. The man that's got a, can you imagine when Joni does Scott's estate sale, and people going, "What the hell is with all the damn granny panties and the old men pads and everything?"
I wish I could find a way to put a bug on her, because today she's going. I think she's going to see one of her. I think her psych doctor or somebody today. Can you imagine what the hell I caused for her to have to go talk to him? That's terrible. Let's see. I missed a question. I don't want to end product there, Amazon or eBay. I don't understand. Hit me with a question. Yeah, if it's, that's the one thing. Remember, that people, I don't think they take advantage of it enough, is go ahead. There's services out there that will take your Amazon listing and make an eBay listing. Multi-channel fulfillment. If you've got an item that you're struggling with price, put it on eBay and list it on eBay, and then use multi-channel fulfillment. It's just a couple of clicks of a button, and you send it to the customer for an eBay customer. So the answer is eBay or Amazon. While you're waiting on Amazon, maybe you get a seller to eBay that helps you get out of the product. Can you use a priority label on a flat? So the label looks the same. It doesn't say flat rate. It'll just say, unless it's cubic, it'll say priority cubic, but it won't say anything. It's hard to tell them any difference. Flat rate, as long as the box is not altered. So they say on the flat rate, like bubble mailers, you can put tape on it. A small amount of tape to hold it closed is okay, but they don't want you to substantially alter the big things with the boxes. And a lot of the flat rate boxes are skinny and long, and you can alter them to make them more of a square than a rectangle. Which it makes no sense. It's still it's the government for you. Even if you alter the box and just use one box, but alter it from being a rectangle to being more of a square, it's the same cubic rate. It's the same amount in the box. Tom's Blue Pills didn't make the box any bigger. So you're still shipping the same, the same area of the box. It can't be big.
I don't have a priority box available, but what I was talking about making it bigger is because I know that you like it's a 6x4 or 6x6x4. Okay, you can't make it any. It's got to stay at least at that 4-inch height. You can't fold the flaps up to make it, a 6x6x6 box. That would knock out the flat rate price.
So if priority is cheaper than a flat rate, I believe you can not use a flat rate. I'm almost positive you don't have to use. You can cover up the barcode and the flat rate wording on it and pay regular, I think. I'll ask Jason today. So I'll post it somewhere tomorrow. But when I go to the post office today, I'll ask Jason about that today. I'll carry one with me and physically ask him. Jason's been at the post office 20 years, so. So as a new seller on eBay, the one thing I can tell you to do is use all the systems. Understand that promoted listings are good for you. Understand that if you've got multiples, use the multiple discounts. Use everything in your eBay arsenal to help move products. The other thing people don't realize is you can help your feedback on eBay. eBay, if you buy stuff on eBay, you get feedback. And then most people don't go and look and go, man, that they've got 100 feedback, but they bought 99 items, only sold one. Nobody looks at that. So Robert says you can do that. I think you can pick the cheapest way. I don't think you have to use the flat rate. But remember, all the post office, their scanners pick up that barcode. Every priority box has a barcode. So cover that. Do something to alter that barcode and the wording. It's like says now he knows why Tommy slept in.
I didn't sleep in.
It's the blue pills.
Yesterday I did, but I was sick yesterday.
Hey Tom,
I'm surprised Roberta isn't yelling at us denying all this right now.
She's over there she's dealing with her own crap this morning.
Hey Tom, on the you got your boxes labeled boxes. How about your pills? Are they labeled blue pills and pink pills?
Don't start, Todd.
Outside of the bottles.
Don't let the boy get you into trouble.
Tom gets his prescription bottle and writes blue pill on it. Yeah.
I don't have any blue pills. All of mine are white or yellow or
Actually, I do have some blue pills, but they're, what are they? Something for cholesterol or something.
Yeah,
I didn't know who just came busting in my house.
sorry, Tom. I got confused. I didn't realize I forgot to do my labeling like I was supposed to.
Y'all are just assholes. That's all there is to it. I'm changing the name of this show to the Asshole Picker Show.
A lot
Cha-ching!
of people think that is all right.
Ooh,
No, I jumped out. My oldest son had a meeting early this morning at work, and all of a sudden our kitchen door slammed, and I was looking at Roberta, and she was looking at me, and it was like, "Who the hell is this? He's supposed to be in bed asleep."
I walked out at like 7:30.
cool.
Put this at your desk if you're gonna walk away from your desk to defend your house.
Okay.
Please. Don't just be like, I will walk at you and just look at you.
Well, I didn't know.
What are you gonna do if they just stare at you?
I didn't know whether Vanya had come in.
Yeah, that's what I was
Did
I
you
just
just sell
sold
that?
$50 worth of silver for 100.
You sold that?
Yep, just sold it. Do, do, do.
It's
Sorry.
so shipping hazmat via UPS. Google the rules, but it has to go ground. So ground is parcel. I almost always ship all hazmat UPS just because it's easier to deal with. The box has got to have a it's supposed to have one of these stickers on it to tell them that it is hazardous. You can get these. I bought these on Amazon or eBay. I can't remember which. It's got to be marked, and it's got to go parcel select because that is their ground service. So UPS is a little different. So UPS has no problem taking them, but if you drop off your stuff to a UPS store, there are some stores that are not certified to take hazardous materials or hazmat, and so they will tell you they can't take them at a store, which is weird. If you get pickup from they come to my house every day, so they'll take whatever, but sometimes the store won't take it, and sometimes they will. But I also have a customer center down the street that doesn't care what. I'll take anything.
What the hell are you selling that's hazardous materials? You got some yellow or uranium over there or something?
Probably got some black cat fireworks or something.
Oh, like paint.
Yeah,
Paint.
that's an aerosol can. Every aerosol is considered hazardous material.
Yep.
It's not
Okay, so anything like aerosol cans, any of that kind of
lithium batteries are not supposed to. If you sell a cell phone, you know how many people have bought a cell phone on eBay and got it priority? It should never go on priority because lithium batteries are. Remember how many people old enough to remember they blamed that plane in Florida on lithium batteries or whatever happened to that plane and went down in the swamp?
right.
Lithium are supposed to go ground, or at least they're supposed to know about it, so they know. So it's not. I mean, I don't think all the cell phones that are in people's hands. It's not going to do anything, but a large amount of lithium. So Tamara says she sells cockroach kits. They're hazmat. There's any liquids are technically should go ground. Yeah, it was Value Jet. That's right.
Value Jet, but that was before cell phones, wasn't it?
But the lithium batteries are what took it down.
Oh.
That was a test to see who was old in the chat. Sorry, midlife picker. I think that was in the early 90s. When did Value Jet go down? I think that thing went down. But it's the biggest thing is you got to mark the box and you got to tell them and it's got to go ground. That's the biggest thing. And I always put stickers on the boxes because I don't want to. You don't want to lose shipping accounts. Shipping is hard enough as it is, and if you're especially with Amazon, I don't want anything to do anything to upset Amazon and get any kind of negative. So the stickers are cheap. You don't have to tell them what it is. Mine's going ground anyway, so they don't do anything special with it. They just know that it's a
1995.
Was it O2 generators? Carol, what kind of pillow talk do you look for? If it's waking up and listening to this show is pillow talk, damn. No wonder you're single.
Carol.
This show is officially the AARP report.
No.
Oh Lord.
I'm about
Y'all
to
just
call-
wait. Y'all just wait. One of these days, y'all are going to be as old as Todd, and these youngins are going to be making fun of you and talking about how old you are and all this kind of stuff. So that shit's coming around, boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to call Steve and beg him to come back next week.
Who?
I'm about to call Steve and beg him to make sure he makes the show next week.
You on vacay this week?
Hanging out with you old farts.
It's good for you. Put you in your place. Make you realize how young. Make you feel young.
But it's hazmat is just having because if you go to the post office and buy your priority shipping or your shipping there, and I've heard
Good
Jason
damn.
say it 100 times. Is there anything liquid, perishable, or potentially hazardous? That's what they're considered hazmat. It's not. Most people think you're shipping acid or something. It's just it's something that will cause a disruption to. Or think about it this way: it's something that will cause a disruption if the package gets damaged. So does it have a liquid in it? Is the aerosol can gonna fly all over the building if somebody hits it when it drops something on it? It's packages that could make a mess for the most part if it gets busted.
My sister said it's anything that's got to have an MSD.
Material safety data
Yeah.
sheet.
It's got to have a materials data sheet.
Material safety.
All right, now we're bringing some more youth back to the show.
I'm trying to bring this average age down. Wait,
Carlin, shut the hell.
So listen to this story, Mister. I'm trying to bring the average age of the show down. Come tell your story from yesterday.
I can't help it if older people like young guys. I can't.
Oh, did you get propositioned by an elderly woman again?
Close, really close.
Oh,
She got enough. She got 2 or 3 eyefuls of them legs and shorty shorts.
So I was at the bank yesterday. There was a woman in front of me. She was probably 70. And she turns around. She's sitting like this here. She turns around. She looks at me. Looks down at my legs. Looks back up. Turns around. Then she starts turning around and giving me the side eye, just looking down at my legs and turning back around. And I am just about to die laughing. Well, I'm turning my head and looking the other way because I'm laughing so hard. And she turns around and starts looking at my legs again. I'm like, oh my God, lady.
You felt like a piece of meat, didn't you? Like
It was
like
horrible.
like those
Horrible.
waitresses did last night while we were eating wings.
What did you have on your 1970s shorty shorts or something?
Every day. Every day. And my cutoff, I had my cutoff shirt, like you had back in the day. Like in the what was that, the 80s?
Hit my bucket here. Oh
Looked like a
Lord.
pool boy, I bet, when he went in there.
Carlin the pool boy. And she don't even have a pool.
I only have a so should I update my shipping? I only have for Amazon. I only have a couple. For the most part, for Amazon, I do free shipping because it's easier for me to calculate and deal with the price and the repricer without dealing with the shipping. It just I have a template for free shipping on Amazon, and I use that 99% of the time.
Harlan, the Cabana boy. Yeah.
It's got a good ring to it.
Yeah, Harlan looked good serving those drinks with little umbrellas in them and stuff.
Down at the old folks' home.
Yeah, I told Harlan, I mean, you got to put on more clothes than a banana hammock and a tank top. Shit.
Ooh, excuse me, I'm going to have to throw up.
Hey, Harlan, I told him that you needed to wear more clothes than a Speedo and a tank top.
That's right.
He said he needed to add more to the harem. He's turning Mormon. Yeah, so I knew y'all would enjoy that. I've heard that story now like 3 times. It's funny all 3 times since yesterday.
I'm not going to find him a sugar mama yet. He won't have to worry about. He'll quit reselling because he'll let her keep her up for the last couple of years of her life.
So if you're financially well off and you've lost your Mister, I'll put his email address out there. He'll entertain you. No broke, toothless crackheads need to apply. He's used to a certain lifestyle that you have to take care of.
Roberta had just said, did somebody just pop a cap on a Bud Light or something? It did sound like somebody.
So Harlan's zipper was not down because Speedos don't have zippers.
Damn right. Or thongs. Thongs don't have zippers.
You're sad, sad little man.
So sad.
I'll say that's the reason. If you haven't been on a cruise, you need to go on a cruise and you need to go stand out by the pool for a while. You'll see some people in bathing suits that they should not be in bathing suits.
Speaking of cruise, talking about Ashlyn Hayden earlier. She's doing a cruise, and a reseller cruise in November.
Cool.
Going out of I think Cape Canaveral, going to Curacao and the Bahamas.
I need to get a freaking passport. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, you won't be able to go to Bahamas much longer without one.
Yeah, I don't even have a star license. I need to do that next.
Yeah, you need to do that soon because you're not going to be able to enter any government buildings without it. If they
there are some government buildings they'll drag you into without it.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. I imagine the sheriff's department at the Alabama in an Alabama county on a Saturday night is not really worried about people having their star license. They just like to have some ID on them, period.
It's I don't have anything to worry about. It's not like I've said anything against the government lately, so there we go.
I don't think they check for that. They don't ask for any kind of validation from like YouTube or whatnot. It's just pretty much just birth certificate, that kind of stuff.
They've got more problems than the conspiracy theorists in Alabama. But which fake Joe Biden are they putting out today, and which laws are they breaking? Why Joe Biden doesn't have a picture of his illegitimate granddaughter that Hunter had with the hooker. that woman talking about suing him for more paternity, talking about she's going to change her name to Biden and all kinds of crazy messes.
The hooker or the said daughter, alleged daughter of
the child's only 3 or 4 years old, so the mom is going to change her last name to Biden.
I guess she's going to write it to. She's going to start making deals.
Hmm.
All right, I got to get out of here. She's got to get on a call.
All right.
See y'all later. Have a great
Bye.
day, everybody.
So, show just got younger.
How'd the show get younger? You're still here.
Oh, put it all
Mr.
on me.
Bluefield has exited the building.
Carol said she was wondering why your shorts are too short.
These aren't short.
No, she talking about the old lady.
Oh.
Tamara, I would accept your congratulations, but we've had somebody in the first round for how many years in a row now?
Well, she's probably talking about the first pick overall. We've never had that.
We've never had that, that's for sure. Even the very first one. So I saw a video yesterday. I think it was maybe TikTok, maybe it was YouTube. Have you seen the video of Bryce and CJ Stroud in the 8th grade? They grew up for a couple years together.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I think they were 8th grade and they were in some quarterback competition or quarterback camp, and they were playing around, and then they cut to the night of the draft where Bryce went first, and the first person to congratulate CJ was Bryce standing there. He's standing there waiting for him because they've been friends for a long time. It was a pretty cool video.
Where is CJ from? I wonder. Is he from up in Ohio area? Because Bryce is from California, right?
Yeah, but they were somewhere else before California. But it looks sunny wherever they were.
Of course, if you're a great quarterback, you'll travel to these camps.
Of course, the first one I go to, it doesn't show. It just gives us height and weight. He's from California, Rancho Cucamonga. I think I said that right. I do not sell on Walmart. I don't think any of the three of us sells on Walmart. I've got a couple friends that do, and if Big John was here, I think he didn't quit. Yeah, but because Bryce and his parents, they moved to California for him as a quarterback. His dad figured out early on that he was going to be a decent athlete, and so they moved the family to California.
Oh, CJ is from California.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Rancho Cucamonga, California.
Yeah, that's what I said a minute ago. You didn't hear it?
I didn't hear you, sorry.
What? It's like an echo.
Echo.
Tom ears.
So Tom said he hates Walmart more than Bud Light. That's serious right there. It's,
Why do you hate Walmart or Bud Light?
The show is about the same in each place.
Can you add pictures to an existing Amazon listing?
I'm about to go try. First of all, it has to be a used. It can't be a new. Let me find a used item.
What pill did Tom take to make him look so young? Sounds like it was a blue pill.
The answer to that question is yes. All you have to do is go under manage inventory, hit edit, and first thing comes up is the add pictures are right there at it. So you could You can add pictures. Remember, you can only add pictures to use items. You can't on a new item. You can't. There's no condition notes for new because on Amazon, new is new. New is pristine. New is gift givable. New is. It's not like eBay where, damn, the crazy shit they call new on eBay. And then, so you shouldn't need to put a picture of it because it's your responsibility to make sure that it matches the listing.
Well, are y'all ready for more inflation? Fed's going to raise the rates again.
Yeah, I think there's about an 80% chance it's going to go up a quarter, right? Is that what they're saying?
Right. Yep, that's what I heard. Ugh. Gasoline's over $3 a gallon. Jeez. No sense in that.
I don't see any way to do it on the app. Looks like you have to do it on the computer. All right, so what other questions somebody got?
Has anybody had trouble with priority mail insurance like I've had the last 3 days? Making a claim and getting them to pay out. I had to go down to the post office and sign a form yesterday.
So have you heard back from that by just showing them the pictures instead of having the item?
Well, he had a form ready for me to sign at the post office yesterday, so I was like, the people upline, they've spent at least 30 minutes on this. My local postmaster has spent at least 30 minutes on this. I've spent at least an hour and a half on this. It's an $80 item. Why don't they just pay it off instead of wasting people's time and money?
You're dealing with the government. They don't care anything about time.
God almighty. It's no wonder that the USPS never balances their...
And they're small change. Look at the trillions of dollars the Pentagon's lost over. Where they lost $4 or $5 trillion in the last 3 decades.
Yeah. So my case is still under review, but I'm like, before COVID, all you had to do was just fill out the form online, which is a pain, but all you had to fill out the form and you got your refund. Boom.
Carol, the auction's been going well. I sold a pair of used shoes that were used Brooks shoes. I got $40 at the auction for a pair of used shoes. Yeah, that was awesome. I'm averaging $18 an item the last few weeks, which is pretty solid because I don't generally have anything that's cost me more than $5.
Yeah, Tamara, I don't put insurance on anything less than 100. And this item was $80, and I shipped it priority mail. I'm supposed to be covered up to 100. So I'm like, God dang it.
It's too early to look. The one thing that we talked about, we noticed about our local auction that the bids have been coming later and later. We don't think there's as many people actively bidding. It's probably before people go, oh, the economy is finally catching up. Well, you're into the first few weeks of weather being nice here. People are, spring cleaning. You go through the neighborhoods. People are you're starting to. The one thing about spring and summer, as things slow down, is remember people are just as distracted as you are, and so people just forget about things. I don't think that the auction has lost any traction. I just think it's that time of year where people are just. And there's a couple of things I've wanted to bid on, and I'm like, I'll just wait and put a bid late, and I go, Harlan's like, "How'd your stuff do?" I'm like, "Son of a bitch, I didn't put it. I didn't. The thing's already gone." So it happens to me. I'm sure it happens to everybody. But and I
It's
was real
definitely.
happy last week. I was real happy. Harlan's week this week is going to suck.
Can't believe I did that. I try to average about 85 to 90 or more items a week. I left 35 items at the house. So I got
Uh-oh.
55 this week.
I think that's all I got this week. Let's see how many I've got. I've got 52. Fair fight this week.
So it's definitely the I think the bidders are down because I averaged over 1,000 to 1,100 for about 13 or 14 weeks in a row, and now
Okay,
I'm down to like 750, 800.
but it's so the one thing I can tell you about the auction that's really will help what the reselling in general is the one thing we have definitely noticed is what they're buying has changed. So Harlan did really well for a long time with sports cards and commanded great prices on sports cards. And it's like the bottom has dropped out of sports cards right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been selling used shoes, kitchen stuff, and stuff that people actually use, not collectible, but things people use. And mine has remained. I've remained the same average. Haven't noticed a difference. So it is what people are buying and what they're spending money on right now at that auction has changed. So Timothy says, "What's the biggest average selling item?" There's stuff up there, Timothy, that sells week in week, and every time we find them, it sells for decent money. But there's no rhyme or reason. Pet steps. How many pets can there still be up there? How many sets of pet steps have we sold?
A lot.
I mean, every single set of pet steps seems to do very well. Uh, for the most part, pet stuff, dog cages do well. There's just certain things that you look at a yard sale and go, "Oh, that's money."
Hi, Glenn.
Yard tools have done well.
Yeah, I've got a concrete one of those tampers is what they're called, the square. And let's see what it's at. It was at $16 already when I looked at it. Let's see.
I bought that whole lot. The guy wanted $5 a piece for what was it? 16 different tools, shovels, rakes. He had a tamper, and I asked him how much he wanted for everything. Was it $30? I think it was $30.
$30. Yeah, the tamper's at $16 still.
The tamper, there was one tamper in there, and it sold for $35 or $40. I paid $30. I think I sold all that stuff for like $225. It's crazy.
It seems like flatware. I bought a thing of Oneida flatware at one of the estate sales, and it seems to always do well. Any kind of silverware. Some of the electronics seems
Clothing. I sell clothing every week.
Yep. Camping stuff does camping and hunting stuff up there does very well. So it's a rural auction. But here's I've got a pair of women's size 8 Nike Free RN shoes, and they're already up to $10, and I've got $1 in them. Let's see. I bought a Presto fryer. It had never been used. One of the countertop models. It's got a basket in it. It's at 15 already right now. Video games do, for the most part, do well. I've got how many? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 Xbox One games. They're at 30, and I've got 6 PlayStation 4 games, and they're at 19.
I've got 4 NES right now at 3250 and 1 NES controller, special controller. I think it was at 19.
Those pet steps are at 10 right now. So it's I've got a lot of zero bids right now, but it's nothing. I don't worry about zero bids till 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Um,
And they have changed it on us. If we get a 0 bid, they still charge us the 30% that they would make at 5. So it's $1.50, even if we get a 0. Do we buy from one auction and sell at yours? There's not any other auctions around here, really. Well, I take that back. Scott went up into Tennessee
and
and
it's
bought a
state sale.
whole bunch of stuff. Was a state sale?
It was an estate sale, but it was an online auction.
Yeah. Do you have stuff up there this week that you bought there?
I'm looking. I think this was the week that I took stuff up there for the yard sales and did not take any, not even one item. Next week I've got a bunch. No, I don't have not even the first item up there this week, which is kind of dumb.
%80 of the bids in the last hour. What's up, Taylor's Exchange?
But the one thing I'll tell you is you don't. If we had an auction that was similar, I would definitely be willing to try different things. Because it's amazing that if there's no eyes on it, this estate sale that I did online. I bought so much stuff that I filled the trailer, and had to go back with the van the next day. And I'm about $120 from breaking even on that, and I haven't sold any of the good stuff yet. Well, I'm probably I've sold books, so I'm probably well over even.
These are local auctions to you. Yeah, this one's about 40 minutes from here, from my house. It's up in Tennessee. And we drop off the stuff, and they run an online auction. It's run eBay style. Run it for 7 days, and it has a soft closing, which in the final 2 minutes, if somebody bids, it takes the clock back to 2 minutes. So as long as there's 2 people interested, it just keeps going. Can't snipe anything at this one.
Yeah, I've sold some books from it. So let's see. What have I sold from that auction? There's a $19 book.
I am losing my voice, Carol. I don't know why.
There's a $12 book. There is a $28 DVD to put from that one.
Oh, nice.
A $23 book. A $10. I'm over broke even. There's a $15 book.
Nice.
$12 book, $20 book, $15 book, $21 book. Yeah, I've sold quite. I sent these books in 9 days ago. Hey, I sold a Candyland game. I probably only have like 115 of them left.
How much you get for that?
$15.80.
Okay. You said those were about $1 a piece?
$1.16 a piece.
$1.16.
No wonder I hadn't sold any. It looks like Amazon's coming at $6.99.
Oh my gosh. How? There's the $6 thing again. But they're shipping it probably for $1.
So they are already out.
Oh, I'll bet.
All right. Anybody else got any questions? Anything for the last 5 minutes of the show? Yeah, they're already out lag, so there's no buying Amazon out. They're already done. Todd, do you have any famous last words? Who's doing? Are you or Tom tomorrow?
Should be Tom tomorrow, but you never know. He may sleep in.
Like yesterday?
Yep.
What is for lunch today, Harlan? We are having chicken salad chick.
That sounds tasty.
A lot of you northern folk probably don't know what that is. It is pure, or from the bar. I think the bar is probably closed today. She's probably not making any drinks. Yeah, she's actually ordering from a restaurant today. Chicken salad chick. All different types of chicken salad.
So that means you'll be able to eat lunch then. Most of that stuff's not terrible for you.
Right.
Never heard of it. What?
Like I say, you northerners missing out.
Aren't they nationwide?
Well, probably. I mean, they have a lot, but they're probably not nationwide.
I'm looking it up to see.
Locations.
It's saying my closest location is in Florence. Yeah, I wouldn't bet on that.
No. Let's see, there's 86 in Alabama. What? No, 24 in North Alabama, 31 in North Georgia. There's 10 in Cincinnati. There's none up in like West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania. It's all in the southeast.
Yeah, he's in Pennsylvania.
Mid Texas up to Indiana, down all the way down the tip of Florida.
Looks like Illinois is the highest, as far as north they go.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff.
They make hamburgers.
They're what?
They make hamburgers.
They have hamburgers? No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Like what?
Everyone have a good day. Remember, little blue pills will not make priority boxes grow. Roll Tide.
See ya.